Reggie Edwards, the Front Row Report. I'm joined today by the one and only Trevor from Foot Krutch. Dude, the new album's been out for like a week now. I mean, and it's been doing insanely well. How can you?
Thanks, man.
Can you even describe how exciting this time has been for you guys?
Dude, you know what? It's the week that your record comes out, and just seeing this kind of support. I don't know, man. It honestly is kind of hard to put into words. It's such a humbling and just exciting and awesome time. You know, we're kind of everybody. Our whole team is kind of just excited and just so stoked, man, to see what God has in store, and kind of so thankful for just the support. You know, and we went independent about 4 or 5 years ago, so we're actually 100% independent, and kind of really just wanted to be able to do this alongside the people who support this music, you know, and do this together. And so it's been such a heartwarming and awesome, process. It's probably the best way to put it, man. It's encouraging and inspiring, and just to see that supported and kind of grow this together, man.
Definitely, man. And when a lot of times when a band goes independent, when they've been around for a while, you guys went independent kind of deep into your career, which is, a lot of bands will start independent and stay independent, or they'll be around for a while, go independent, and go back to a major label. It's almost like going independent has gone better for you than it did when you were on a major label. I mean, the Oxygen and Hail went number one within the first week, and then The End Is Where We Began kind of launched you guys onto another platform, going, with the mainstream non-Christian industry as well, with all the major festivals and tours. And was there a little bit of unsure, and maybe not really fear, but kind of nervousness when you went independent, and then kind of just validation when everything's happened how it has?
Yeah, and it is honest to say that there was a little fear. I think it was a big faith step for us, man. I mean that in every way. We really kind of felt like it was the right thing for this band, and it's basically kind of what that Untraveled Road song in the new record's about. It's about those times in our life when you just feel like, man, I know this is what I'm supposed to do here, but if you go left, there's a highway, and if you go right, you're just staring at a field, and the highway hasn't even been built yet, and you really know you're supposed to go that way, and it seems crazy, but you just take a step and have the faith to know that the ground's going to be there, and so that's exactly what it's been for us, man, and so again, just to see that support and that response and kind of people coming alongside us in this journey has just been awesome.
Definitely, man. And I saw you guys at Rock on the Range the last 2 years at Rock on the Range, and kind of off subject, but you guys had one of the crazier crowds the entire weekend at Rock on the Range this year. It was crazy. More crowd numbers than I saw. Maybe Down had more, but outside of that, it was ridiculously crazy. It's just a fun time at that festival every year. So. Oh
yeah, man. Yeah, that festival's always been a blast, and that was a crazy weekend, man. We got to say, we kind of looked out and were like, "Whoa! All right, let's do this." It was a blessing, man.
Man, let's talk about the new record. Finally, Oxygen and Hail. Man, I've listened to it probably about 15, 20 times since I got a chance to listen to it, man.
Thanks, dude.
And for me, for a long time TFK fan, I've followed you guys since Set It Off back in the day. It's so cool to see, you guys staying true to what you believe and the musical side of it. But this record, it seems there's a lot of soul on a lot of aspects of the record, musically and vocally, soul, rock, metal. It's a really eclectic sound, and it's kind of a far cry. You went in another direction from The End Is Where We Begin. Was that something you wanted to do?
It wasn't one of those things where we said, hey, we've done this and now let's do this. It was kind of just during the writing process, it was something that just came out very inspired and felt right to us, and we were excited about it. And, we've always been fans of a lot of music that had that aspect of soul too, from back to early soul music to that element in hip hop and jazz and R&B and even a lot of rock. There's a lot of my favorite, raw rock stuff has that element too, like a Soundgarden or, a lot of great bands like that. So I think it just ended up being kind of a true element to this new step as a record. But it felt like a ballsy move to put so many kind of not lower intensity songs. I think the intensity is still there, but the just kind of lower aggression, lighter side of the band kind of songs near the than we've had on a record before. But it honestly came down to one of those things where we were just, man, we felt so passionate about these particular songs, and it really felt like what Inhale was supposed to be. And so we're looking forward to an Exhale as well. But it just, and I knew some people would feel like, you know, there's always going to be those people who are like, man, you know, I wish it was heavier or whatever. But hey, man, I think we just felt committed to and inspired to show, you know, some new sides to this band that have always been there, but maybe not shown themselves as strongly, and then also just kind of, we got to stay true to who we are, you know?
Well, I think that longtime TFK fans have learned that never learn to expect a certain thing from a TFK record, because from Set Up to Phenomenon, you went one way, and then Art of Breaking was completely different, and then Flame and All of Us was very different, then Masquerade kind of went another direction. The End Is Where We Begin kind of went back to the beginning, and now this you know, Oxygen Ale is also very different. So, I mean, I kind of knew it wasn't going to be like the last record or the record before that. You guys always switch it up, which is great, because it keeps fans guessing, cool, it keeps everyone guessing, and, I mean, there's never a bad TFK record. It just doesn't seem to happen, so...
Well, dude, that means a lot, man. We appreciate it big time. We're really excited to share this record with everyone, man. I honestly feel like it's our strongest record yet to me. They each mean they each mean a lot to me and to the band in different ways, and they've all been such a part of our journey, just as musicians and as songwriters, and our faith and our journey and just walking life together, you know. And this record is, man, it really, Oxygen seems so appropriate because it really feels like a second wind, you know.
It does. And one thing I've always loved about you guys is the softer songs have always been very strong for you guys, whether it's Moment of the Day, Breathe You In, Be Somebody. The softer side of TFK is always very strong and prominent as well. There's a lot of softer songs on this record as well. You guys kind of go down the softer road a little bit more so than you have on previous records. And I'm sure that's something that came up just in the writing process. But was that something that you really thought about at all? Is, hey, what do you guys think about writing some more softer stuff to this record and see how it goes? Or where did that come from?
No,
these ballads are outstanding.
Oh, dude, thank you so much, man. Honestly, it means a lot to hear you say that, because we, you know, every song on these records, and every song that we put out, we feel, you know, we want to just put something out, you know, that we feel like we got to fill up a record. Let's put some stuff on there. You know, we're very passionate about it, and it comes from the heart, and it's always honest from us. So you know, the ballads on our records in the past too, there always has been that side, like you said, and they mean just as much to us as the Fire It Ups and Let the Sparks Fly, and kind of the crunchy rock anthem stuff that we're known a little bit more prominently for. So it's great to hear you say that, man. And yeah, I think it wasn't. It totally wasn't one of those intentional choices like, hey, this time, let's have more ballads. Let's kind of, we're getting a couple of years older. Let's do. No, it was nothing like that at all. It was honestly just, you kind of get a heart as a songwriter when I'm sitting there. Sometimes you get a vision for the song before you even start it, and you kind of start to feel out just the colors of what that needs to sound like to surround that message or that story. And so it really just felt honest and true to be fair. And the one thing I will share with you that I've told a few people that we're planning on an Exhale as well, an Oxygen Exhale. But the one thing I haven't really told anybody that I'll share with you, dude, is that originally we were kind of chatting about the idea, this is about a year ago, of maybe releasing Oxygen and Inhale at the same time. And so in the beginning, one was going to be more aggressive and one was going to be kind of more of a fresh breath, kind of more of a chill record, and kind of show the two sides to this band. And then, so I kind of went at the dartboard as a songwriter, looking at it that way, and then we kind of just felt differently about it as things went along. We felt like that really needed to be something separate, and we just wanted to make two complete albums that really felt like Inhale and Exhale. So that's where we ended up, and that was part of the reason as well why there was kind of more ballads on the table in the beginning.
Right, okay. Awesome. That's really cool, yeah, because the ballads on this one, like I said, there's more than there had been on previous records, but they're all very strong ballads, which is really cool. They all have a little bit more punch than in the past as well, which is cool as well.
Right on.
Now, you, this is off TFK. You're actually on the new Manafest record, which you and Manafest have worked together a lot in the past. There's a lot of history. What was it like going back and, because you weren't on Fighter, what was it like going back and working with Chris again?
Oh man, he's a good buddy from way back, from Toronto as well, and I'm from Peterborough, just north of Toronto, so we're both from the same kind of hood and area, and we've loved and been a fan of what Chris has done for a long time, and he's a hardworking guy and just an all-around good person, loves people and loves music and loves God, and so we've had a long-standing relationship, and we're kind of blessed to be a small part of what he does on each record and creatively have some fun with him on some of that stuff. And I've been a hip hop fan from day one, man. So it's always fun to be a part of that stuff. And I know he's got a great rock pop side to what he does as well.
Awesome. And finally, you're very interactive with your fans on social media and stuff. And the last post that you guys put on your Facebook page is you might be planning a tour, which I'm pretty sure that means you are planning a tour. Fans have been giving all sorts of input and opinions on who you should tour with. When can we expect to see some tour dates? And has there ever been a time that you thought maybe, hey, let's play some of the older stuff, maybe like a throwback tour or something like that, or let's bring someone on tour that like would just completely throw people off, would never expect, or something like that?
Yeah, we talk about a lot of stuff. We're very into we want to do stuff that's fun and different for us and for other people, and so we're always looking at different things. But all I can tell you at this point, we've been kind of taking everybody's. We wanted to see how everybody felt, because we really wanted to do a tour. We've been doing kind of the arena tours and bigger stuff for a little while, and we wanted to do some really intimate, just kind of face-to-face connect with just our core audience again, man. So that's what this tour is going to be. I can tell you that, and we're looking at, it's going to be a headlining tour where we bring out some friends. We're still fine-tuning who and what and where, but it'll approximately be like the first week of August till end of the first week of November kind of thing is what we're looking at. So we'll be releasing info really soon on that, and a tour name and everything else.
Awesome. Please, for the love of God, come to Indiana on this tour. We're dying to see you again. You're here for Winter Jam, so.
Yes.
So.
Dude, yeah, you got to come. We do. We'll try to make sure that happens.
Yeah, I wanted to see you on Winter Jam, but I was already locked into a Striper show on the Indianapolis Winter Jam date, and I was like,
nice.
I know. It was like, I want to see Striper, but I couldn't get out. I was like, it was the same day. So,
dude, understandable. We love those guys.
Yeah, you guys played with them like what 3 or 4 years ago at in Illinois. You guys went on right before them, and I was at that one. It was crazy because fans wanted you to come out and play more music, and almost didn't even want Striper to come on. And the guy their promoter was like, "No, Striper is good. They're really good. They're legends. It's okay."
We're fans of the band, man. We were honored to share the stage with them. Awesome.
Yeah, they're definitely good. But yeah, it doesn't matter where you guys are. I'm coming to a date of this upcoming tour because I've been a long time fan. And the first time I saw you was in 2002 or 3 at Cornerstone, the small tent of the small HM tent on the first album cycle, I think. And
dude, that's so awesome.
Been a fan for so long.
Love it.
So yeah,
you're amazing, brother. We appreciate you big time. I vividly remember all that stuff because it was so surreal, and I remember that particular show, and it was just like the hottest of hot shows. Yeah. Everybody was like almost passing out. It was amazing. Yeah, baby. Awesome, loved it.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for taking time to talk to me. The new album is amazing, one of the best yet.
Oh, dude.
Every album is one of the best yet, it seems. And so, can't wait for the next one already. Looking forward to seeing you on this tour. Congratulations on all the success and everything that's happening for you guys. It's super exciting to see that. And hopefully we can catch you soon.
Oh, man, big love. Thanks so much, brother. Seriously.
Absolutely, man. We'll see you.
Cheers, bro.